recognize Representative Boone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise in support of House Bill 2630. Mr. Chairman, if I might, and I'll be brief, I won't go over my 5 minutes like Representative Crandall, by the way.
I appreciate that, Mr. Boone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. But I would like to speak on behalf, or I should say as a current school board member. I think most people realize that I currently serve on the Deer Valley Unified School District Governing Board. In fact, I'm president of the governing board this year, and I would appreciate, we would appreciate, I appreciate as the board president, but our board would appreciate the opportunity of not having to be forced to abide by the artificial timeline that's currently in statute, being April 15th for notification for RIF. Because quite honestly, what's happening right now, and some school districts have already started this, we're in debate on what we're going to do, but we will currently pick what we would call a worst case scenario. The only information that I know of that's officially out, if you will, somewhat officially out in terms of next year's budget, is what's referred to as the chairman's options for 2010. That number, as I best recollect, is somewhere around $800 million in cuts for K-12 education. I do not believe in the end the cuts will be that large. But for example, one of the items that's in that list that's comprised of $800 million is a elimination of all-day K. What that means to a school district like Deer Valley in a worst-case scenario is we will send RIF letters to all of our all-day K teachers. What that will accomplish, in my opinion, by using the numbers that are out there right now, which are the only numbers that are out, which I believe will change as we get additional information, and I appreciate the legislature and the governor being deliberate, very deliberate, in how they go about the budget so that when we do get numbers, they're accurate numbers. This is a very significant thing when we're talking about reduction in force and layoffs. We'll be sending out notifications based on this worst case, which will include elimination of all-day kindergarten teachers. What that will do is there's over 8 weeks of school left. So basically what we're going to be doing is creating an artificial layoff situation. And when I say artificial, what I mean by that is that we're going to be laying off teachers if we're forced to go along with this timeline, as it is in the statute now. It's artificial because in the end, there'll be a fraction of those teachers that will get all those notices that they're laid off in the end once we have the accurate information. But we'll be forced to send those out now. Can you imagine the disruption that's going to take place in classrooms in Deer Valley and other places when those notices go out? Notices that didn't have to go out if we just had waited and got the accurate information. Because I don't believe it's going to be anywhere near that number. That's my personal opinion. But absence having no other number, a school district is going to be forced to use that higher number. I think we need to think more about what's going to be happening in the classrooms as a result of this. If we're forced as a school system, K-12, school boards and school districts across the state, to live with the artificial timeline we currently have in statute, which is April 15th. I would encourage all members to support this. I believe it's wise, it's prudent, and will encourage school districts to make the right decisions and not create disruptions in classrooms all across Arizona that is unnecessary and unwise. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Boone.